on record and online today for a review hearing. It's our fourth regular review permanent hearing. There's been a show cause scheduled as it relates to mother and father on key services plans, as well as a termination trial for a petition for termination of parental rights. It was filed.
Nicole Underwood, lawyer, guardian ad litem for the minor child.
Ms. Saja Thomas, counsel for the department.
Brandi De La Garza, the foster care worker.
Michael Brooks, I represent father, Harold Hollis.
Harold Hollis, yeah.
Michael McFadden representing mother.
Erica Hollis.
Thank you. All right. As it relates to the show cause, Ms. Thomas, typically I consolidate the request for termination with review. How would you like me to approach the show cause if you have any preference?
Your Honor, as this court is well aware, it's not typically my practice to file show causes. However, in some circumstances, we have been doing that in the event that we don't have a termination, or we really are asking and trying to encourage the parents to comply with their case service plan. However, because today we are also going to have the termination hearing, I believe that the court can make findings relative to the show cause, the review, and the termination with all of the same evidence that will be put into record today.
Any objection, Mr. Brooks?
No,
I would agree.
No, please, Ms. Underwood.
No objection.
Very good. I will agree then to consolidate all of the hearings together, as the proofs are otherwise probably going to be cumulative and repetitive. All right, I look forward to your report, Ms. Underwood, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. I was able to go meet with a minor child in person while she was at her school recently. It was nice. The kids were playing outside as it was a nice day, so I was able to see her playing with friends, interacting with peers, and doing the typical things that a 3-year-old would do when playing out on the playground. She showed me around to the different things that she likes to do. She showed me the garden that she gets to participate in cultivating and growing, and talked to me about how she gets excited when they get to pick tomatoes. She is really making progress in her speech and in her overall abilities and what she's able to do. As the court's aware, she was behind in certain areas when taken into care. However, with the schooling that she's had and the IEP put in place, she's really done or has been able to really progress and grow. The placement that she's currently with, the family placement, continues to meet her needs and take care of everything that she needs, as well as her medical needs. And I would ask the court to continue that placement pending further order of the court. She's too young to express a preference as well, Judge, as she's only 3.
Thank you. Testimony or rather opening comments, Ms. Thomas?
Your Honor, I'll waive opening. Thank you.
Any opening comments, Mr. Brooks?
no, Your Honor.
Mr. McFarland?
Well, I'm going to make an objection up front. I'll be making it later, but as the court knows, that typical testimony is from the date of the last hearing to the current hearing. As I'm reading the report for today, there are numerous references to 2024, which are well beyond the time scope of what we're dealing with in a review. So I'm going to be asking that any references to 2024 be stricken as not appropriate to the time frame that we're covering today. Thank you.
Well, Mr. McFarland, I'll trust you to raise that as you feel necessary throughout the proceedings. And I will state for the record that since the proceedings are consolidated around a request for termination that involves us to have the statutory section as it relates to whether or not there's been case services accomplished by the parents, that some review of the record as a whole is, generally speaking, permitted, relevant, and necessary. But I do appreciate the reminder that we're not going to relitigate the entire case. So with that, your objection is duly noted with those instructions. And I look forward to Ms. Thomas's first witness.
Your Honor, I'll call Ms. Hollis first.
Ms. Hollis?
Have you had the opportunity to review the court report for today's hearing?
A little bit,
Okay, it's pretty long, right?
yeah.
Okay. But mostly I'm just curious if you were able to look at the report as it relates to your progress in the last review period. So since we were here in June, did you look at that information?
Just a little bit of it.
Okay. During this review period, the report indicates you've participated in bi-weekly family team meetings. Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
Okay. And do you find those family team meetings to be helpful for you?
not really.
What would make them more helpful?
Well, first of all, I think that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, but they're saying that we're not, so I'm just a little confused on what the services are exactly.
And you maintain contact with Ms. De La Garza, your caseworker, on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Okay. As far as your case service plan, are you currently in therapy? Individual
Yes.
therapy? And who are you working with in therapy?
Her name's Anna at Mindful Hearts.
Okay. And are you attending weekly?
Yes.
And what are some of the goals you're working on in therapy?
Trying to get my kid back, coping skills, depression, anxiety skills.
Okay. And are you receiving any treatment for substance abuse?
Not exactly. I don't think so. I was trying to get a substance abuse counselor. And I'm not sure if that's what she is or not, but she said that she's into substances, so I'm guessing she is.
Okay. At the last hearing on June 2nd, my notes indicate you reported that you would be going to substance abuse treatment that Thursday and that Mr. House would be taking you. Did you ever go to an inpatient treatment?
No, because they were full.
Okay. And had you followed up with community mental health at all?
Yes.
And where do you stand with their services?
Well, they were telling me that pretty much when they're not full, then I could go. And so instead of doing that, I just got a substance abuse counselor and direct what I'm at.
I didn't hear that last.
Instead of going, I got a substance abuse counselor and decided to do it on my own.
Thank you.
Since they were full.
CMH didn't like make a referral to like Catholic Charities or McCullough Vargas?
I told Tom that I needed a substance abuse counselor and I was having trouble finding one.
Can you tell me, who's Tom?
Tom is a caseworker at community mental health.
Okay, so you told your caseworker at community mental health you needed
Yes,
substance
I
abuse?
told him that.
Okay, treatment, sorry. Okay, and I'm sorry, I interrupted your testimony. What happened after you told him you were looking for that?
He said that Catholic Charities or whatever, but then I was having trouble still, so that's when I got Anna. I think she's involved with substance abuse. Cause I couldn't wait no more. I waited 2 weeks and then I was like, I gotta get in therapy somewhere.
How long have you been working with Anna at Mindful Hearts?
My first appointment was last week.
Okay, and then,
I got one scheduled this week.
okay, and then prior to working with her, who were you working with?
I was working with Mariana at River Oaks.
The report indicates that you had last worked with Mariana on July 1st. Is that accurate?
I think it was after that.
Okay. And how would you describe your attendance with Mariana?
Well, good. I was trying, she wanted to do a check-in, she said, because she's not a substance abuse counselor.
Okay.
So she told me that I'd be better off getting a substance abuse counselor. So that's the whole reason I don't have her.
Okay. And historically, you've also engaged in psychiatric care treatment?
Yes,
And is that through CMH as well?
yes,
And the report indicates you were supposed to have like your monthly review
Yeah.
on July 20th, but you no-showed. Were you able to fix that or make it up or however that works?
No, I made it to that appointment.
Oh, you did?
I did make it to that appointment.
Okay. And are you currently prescribed any medication?
Yes,
And are you taking it regularly?
yes.
Part of the show cause, did you have an option or an opportunity to read the show cause allegations?
No.
Okay, so that was given to you at the time that the termination petition was given to you? Did you read any of those documents?
I don't recall reading those.
Most of the allegations really contain in the show cause are related to missed random drug screens or not taking the drug screens. Have you taken them since the last time we've been in court on June 2nd?
No, I don't think I took one, and she hasn't asked for one for the last 3 weeks either.
Okay.
So I just haven't taken one because I was gonna be dirty anyway.
Okay.
Sorry, could you, your voice is dropping off at the end. What was the last couple words?
I said I didn't take one because I was dirty anyway.
When is the last time you used?
It's been over a week now.
Okay. And one of the outstanding concerns has been domestic violence in the home. Do you think that domestic violence is an issue in your home with Mr. Hollis?
No.
There's a police report attached, I believe was June of this year.
Yes.
Can you tell us from your perspective what happened?
We got into a verbal altercation and I locked him out of the house and he broke the window to try to get in. And then he disappeared.
Okay. And do you consider that not domestic violence then?
No, because he wasn't hitting me.
So for you, domestic violence is only physical?
Physically, verbally, I mean, he wasn't really saying too much because I locked him out. He disappeared after that. I don't know where he went, but
And you guys are not in couples counseling, correct?
no.
Okay. During your, and again, this is outside of this review period, about, it's been several months now that you had an incident of a suicide attempt, I think back in December, and you got some treatment, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And since then, have you had any more concerns or issues with suicide ideations?
Nope.
No, okay. When you are engaged in therapy, I'm sorry, your previous therapist, her name's escaping me, Mariana. What were some of the goals you worked on in therapy with her?
Trying to get Melanie back and not too much goals, really, just we didn't really talk very long because we were just doing check-ins there. And then that's why I got this new counselor. So now I do in person, which she said would be better than her.
Sorry, I'm just going through the court report, okay? When you say that the goal of working on getting Melanie back, what does that mean to you?
Means to do whatever it takes to get her back, to do the service plan or whatever they want us to do. That's the only way we're gonna get her back.
During your family team meetings with Ms. De La Garza, have you guys discussed what would be expected to get parenting time back?
Yeah, once.
Okay, and what do you recall from that conversation?
That the service plan be done, and that we do what we're supposed to do as a service plan and have 3 random drug screens that were clean.
And have you been able to produce the 3 random drug screens that were clean?
Not yet.
And do you recall any of the recommendations by Ms. Moore about getting parenting time reinstated?
She said the same thing.
And so that's where the guidance came from, was Ms. Moore's report?
Yeah,
Do you feel at this point in time that you are emotionally and psychologically stable?
yes. A lot better now than before.
And what has helped you become more stable?
Well, counseling helps. It helps us a lot. Medicine. And that helps too. And just normal stuff, just, so I'm a lot better than I was.
Can you give us some concrete examples or real life examples of how you see yourself better now than you were a year ago?
Well, I'm not sleeping in a vehicle.
Okay,
I'm not running off every 5 minutes.
all right.
Let's see, I'm not attacking Harold. And, let's see, I don't know, I mean, I'm a lot calmer now.
If the court does not terminate your parental rights today, would you be in a position to take Melanie today?
Yeah,
And what would her daily life look like at your home?
she would have a routine. She'd have a bedtime schedule. She would, she'd go to school, make her doctor's appointments, everything else, whatever it all involves.
The report indicates that that Melanie, the child has some breathing issues or lung issues. Are you aware of those?
No, I never got told about it.
Do you get any information about her medical status?
No,
So like monthly, you're not getting any updates about that?
no, I haven't gotten nothing. Which, yeah, I did read somewhere that she was doing an inhaler, and that's all I got. I read in the paper somewhere about it, and I'm kind of upset that I didn't get told about it,
Okay.
because I would like to know about it.
The report indicates that there's been some progress made on the child's room at your home.
Yeah,
And now there was a bed frame down.
yeah, we're putting together, we're finishing it to put a new mattress. We're getting a new mattress here in the next day or so for it.
Do you and Mr. Hollis smoke in your home?
We do, but we're gonna be smoking outside if Melanie gets to come home, we'll be smoking outside. Especially if she's got breathing issues.
Do you recall the last time that you got to see your daughter?
January,
So it's been almost 9 months.
it's been a long time.
If the court does not terminate your parental rights today, how would you, what steps would you take to be able to see her again?
I still remain sober and go into counseling. And what the service plan is.
I know that you stated CMH said there were no, there's a waiting list for substance abuse treatment.
Yeah, they were working on it still. They're still working on it as far as I know.
Okay.
But I couldn't wait no more. That's why I just got into his counselor. So I was getting in, so I at least had somewhere to go.
And during this case, have you like participated in any NA meetings or anything like that, whether online or in person?
No. No, but that's a good idea.
And have you asked Ms. De La Garza for assistance in seeing if there were any inpatient substance abuse treatment programs that would be available to you?
I told her I was having trouble finding a substance abuse counselor. And that's when she recommended,
Okay. And you've signed a release for Anna to speak with Ms. De La
Yep.
Garza?
yes.
Wonderful. One of the things that the court has to consider in its decision today is your child's best interests. Can you articulate, in your opinion, why it would be in your child's best interest for your parental rights to not be terminated?
Cause we didn't hurt her. She was going to her doctor's appointments. She went to school. We were trying to do what we were supposed to do. You know, and she was. So I'm just so confused about this whole mess. On what's going on. And we didn't do anything wrong. I mean, yeah, okay, I have a substance problem, but it's not like I can't fix it. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Your child is with a relative currently, correct?
Yeah,
And based on that, how would you describe your relationship with that relative?
I don't like him, I don't trust him.
And so with that relative placement, you haven't been able to like participate in family events or anything that would let you see your child more?
No, I told him we can't be anywhere near her because we got our visitations
Okay.
suspended. So we can't go to doctor's appointments, we can't do, because we were going to the doctor's appointments before it got suspended.
And do you have communication with that relative caregiver at all?
No,
Is there anything else you would like the court to know for purposes of today's hearing?
that I would at least like to get my visits back. I mean, that would be nice. I miss my kid. I miss her badly. And yeah, I'm gonna cry because I miss her. And it's been a long time, you know? I don't know if anybody understands that, but I miss her badly. I would like to see her, at least. If I can't have her back, then at least give me my visitation back. That's all I feel.
Okay. I have no further questions, Jenner. Thank you.
Mr. Brooks, any questions?
No,
Mr. McFarland?
I do. Would you be testing positive for marijuana? Is that what you'd be testing positive for?
I've been tested positive, well, I don't know, it's been a while. Probably still, I mean, if it stays in your system longer than a week, then probably
Okay, so that's the only thing that you're using right now?
that, I'm not even doing that right now.
Okay, because the reason I'm asking is, I think when answering the attorney for the agency, you indicate that you would test positive. That's why I'm wondering if, did you mean you test positive for marijuana?
Well, when she was asking for drug screens, I knew I was still dirty for both. And then, I quit both of them, so
And what's the other, marijuana and,
meth.
okay, and when did you quit meth?
It's been over a week now that I've been I haven't had none.
Okay. And Have you been talking to your counselor about your meth usage?
Yes,
And what are some, do you think is that helping you as far as you
it
quit?
it is helping.
Can you tell us how that's helping?
It's helped me call. One thing that's keeping me away from it is that I look at my daughter, a picture of my daughter, and that makes me not want to smoke. That makes me stay away from it. I don't want it no more. I want my kid. And talking to Anna, it's like she understands. And she actually coaches me, you know, she helps me open up more to her.
Would it be fair to say you have a good relationship with her?
Yeah,
Fair to say this is probably the first person you've had actually a good relationship in this case. Would that be accurate?
yeah,
I know you'd probably agree that in the past you've been kind of difficult to get along with sometimes, right? I mean, we've seen it in court, right?
yeah,
You indicated that your medication has helped you out, right?
yeah.
So what, if we were to take a day in the life of yourself, how would we see if the medication is helping? So we're trying to paint a picture for the court here.
And it's a big turnout because I'm a lot more calmer. A lot more calmer, and I don't let things get to me as easily.
Apparently Harold still gets you occasionally, right?
Of course,
Okay.
sometimes.
Have you talked to Anna about you and Harold, how you can have a more harmonious relationship?
Yeah, she told me that I need to start learning how to talk to him instead of yelling at him.
The medication seems to be helping you with that, not yelling.
Well, I yell sometimes, but a lot more, it's a lot more different now.
Are you and Harold able to carry on a conversation?
Yeah,
Okay. Have you talked about what it would look like if your child was returned to you?
yeah.
Okay, what would you guys do for income?
We got income, we're both on disability.
Okay, and how much a month do you bring in? And how much does Mr. Hollis bring in, if you know?
I bring in 967.
Okay, Mr. Hollis,
I'm not sure exactly what he brings.
you combine your monies that come in, or what happens with the monies?
Well, we buy whatever we need or wherever it needs to go to, or we help each other, you know, we do it together.
Is your house paid for?
Yes,
Are you up to date on your taxes?
yes.
If your child was to return to you, what do you have set up in your house for the return? Do you have a crib? Do you have?
She's got her own bed, she's got her
Okay.
own bedroom. We just put new carpet in there for her and got a new bed for her.
I know you've testified that you haven't had personal visits with your child in some time. Do you see any current barriers why you couldn't have visitation right now?
No, not really.
Would you want them by yourself or with Mr. Hollis or a mix?
Mix.
Okay. You think you're ready to start supervised parenting time right now if the court doesn't terminate your rights?
Yeah.
Transportation, are you able to get places?
Yeah. Harold's been a lot more better with that.
What do you understand your mental health issues to be that you're on the medication for?
I'm on it for bipolar.
Well, what does that mean to you, so the court knows?
Well, I can go extremely mad or be extremely happy. It's pretty much mood swings.
And have you been taking prescription medication as directed?
Every day.
And how much is that, do you know?
Well,
One
I
pill or
take-
2 pills or what?
I don't know. I take 6 pills.
Okay. Obviously various medications, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you start that regimen of 6 pills?
Last year when they said I needed to go see a doctor and get on medicine, I did.
Okay.
And I've been taking them every day since.
I know you and I have spoken. We kind of discussed that one of the issues of why they're doing this is the time, right? Because time for a child is different than time for an adult. You would agree with that?
Yeah.
So we're looking at best interest factors. There's a series of factors of what it would take for them not to terminate your rights. So at this point in time, your income is fine, it appears. You don't have the expense. How long do you think it would take you to get into some type of drug rehab?
I thought about looking into an outpatient one too, so
Okay.
that way I can be at home and do my home duties and.
So it sounds as though you could explore
I
that,
can-
correct?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what's best.
So which places have you at least explored so the court knows you're working on it?
Well, I was trying to get it an inpatient, but since they were full, then Tom's supposed to get back to me on the substance abuse counselors and whatnot. And I'm gonna try that, and then, I told him about the outpatient too. So he's supposed to get back to me on that.
Have you checked around as far as who offers outpatient?
Not yet. I was just waiting for Tom to call me back with that information.
How long have you been waiting for Tom?
Well, so far I've waited 2 weeks on that.
Okay.
I was gonna call him this week.
If he doesn't get back with you, would you be intending on, what would you be doing if he didn't get back with you?
I would call him and see what's going on.
Okay, do you have access to the internet?
Somewhat.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I don't have a computer or nothing, so sometimes I do.
You have a
Sometimes
smartphone?
I have yeah,
Okay,
but my internet sucks on it.
okay. What's holding you back from your own transportation?
I don't have a vehicle.
Okay. You have a valid license though?
I mean, I have a vehicle, it's just being worked on, I should say.
Okay, well, you have a driver's license?
Yeah.
Okay. How old is your child now?
I'm sorry, what's that?
How old is your child?
3.
Okay. So the court knows that you have an understanding of child development. What do you believe that 3-year-old would need once your child, if your child were to be returned to you? Yeah. What kind of food? Let's start with food. What does a 3-year-old child need for food?
Wow, healthy snacks. For one, she'll need snacks, like she did before. Well,
What's a healthy snack? Just so the court knows. Everybody has a different idea of healthy.
apple slices or applesauce or stuff like that. I mean, they got them in the kids section.
What about for regular meals? What would she be? What would the child be? And we can't use the name, by the way, because we may be on YouTube. I'm not sure.
Well, she eats everything. She likes vegetables. She likes all kinds of vegetables.
Okay.
So she's not a picky eater. She eats everything that we eat. But I always make sure that she's got all the food groups.
Okay. Do you have sanitary items, or can you easily get them, such as diapers and wipes and things like that?
Oh yeah, she shouldn't be in diapers right now. We was in the process of potty training her when she left.
Does she have any special needs that you would need to address?
Well, a breathing problem
Right.
that I'm getting told about now.
So what is your understanding that you'd have to do for her breathing problems?
Well, then make sure she has her medicine.
Okay.
Make sure she goes to the doctor. For checkups or whatever.
Okay. If we were to resume visits, if the court were to resume visits, do you do drug testing before every visit?
Yeah,
How much time do you think it might take you to get into an outpatient program?
I don't know. I gotta find one that takes my insurance for one.
Okay, what insurance do you have?
Meridian.
You have read your case service plan, correct? And you know what that is.
Yeah.
We sometimes say that's your roadmap, what you have to do
Right.
to reunify and close this case. What do you understand is on that? By the way, I have to reboot my laptop here. That's what I'm doing. It just lost it, so.
As far as I know, it's counseling, drug screens, and my mental status. As far as I know. Because we already did the parenting class.
No, that was, actually, that's on my, okay, back to where I'm supposed to be. Can you tell us what you've learned in your parenting classes and how you would apply that? So the court knows that you're not just sitting in the back of a classroom and not paying attention.
Oh, I'm paying attention.
That's what I'm asking.
Well, I learned that kids need a routine and that you're not supposed to put kids in the middle. And let's see what else I learned. I mean, I already knew a lot of stuff, but that was a couple things that I did learn.
Okay. Anything else that you've learned?
Let's see. Let them talk about their feelings.
Okay.
I don't know what else. There's a lot of things I already knew, but
Well, what did they discuss that you already knew then?
a lot of things like bedtime stories, and
Tell us a little bit about bedtime. What's appropriate bedtime for 3-year-old?
well, see, I was doing 8, 9 o'clock. That was my bedtime for her ever since she was a baby. She went to bed at 8, 9 o'clock. Now some nights, yeah, we had family over or whatever, we would have get together and then be an hour later. She'd go to bed, but that's because she wanted to stay up. But other than that, she went to bed at 8, 9 o'clock every night. I would rock her in the chair and read her a story.
Let me get into, because it was asked of you, a little incident where you locked your husband out of the house, okay?
Yeah.
Have you learned anything in counseling about how you two can address avoiding situations like that?
Well, that's why he disappeared.
Oh, explain, because I don't.
He just
So the court-
went for a walk. He went for a walk, he said. And that stopped it. And that's what he's been doing, just walking away. After he broke the window, he walked away and disappeared.
What was the argument about?
Just random stuff, Melanie, other stuff, just stupid stuff. But at least he walked away. I give him that.
And what do you do as far as he has the plan of walking away? What do you do? And you guys have something like that?
I yell at him through the door.
Well, I'm kind of asking what you do to de-escalate.
But I try not to. I do calm down after a while and I sit down and then I just sit there all calmly.
How do you get into that calm state?
Well, he disappears. That's how it gets me calm.
Have you guys worked that out? Is that your plan?
Yeah,
I'm curious.
yeah, it is, actually.
Okay. Everybody has their own way of doing things, and if it works.
He knows he has to remove himself from the situation he gets. We don't fight like all the time.
Now, you've indicated a lot of things have changed since the past.
A lot has.
Okay. Is there anything that you haven't described that's changed for the positive that you didn't answer the attorney for the agency?
No, I mean, Harold is a lot more calmer. And, I mean, there's other people that are noticing the change in Harold. They said, that's weird, he should have yelled at me, he didn't yell at me. And they were shocked, you know? And that's a good thing, that means that the counseling's helping us.
Okay. What else do you notice that's a positive turnaround in Harold?
He talks more. Then he don't yell as much. He communicates better.
Okay. you do know that it took you a while to into this case before you said that knowledge that you had an issue with controlled substances, right?
Right.
Is there anything that's not been offered to you that you think we could offer you as far as the case service plan and your path to recovery on controlled substances?
No, I'm working on it. Getting there.
Well, the case service plan is what you have to do and what the agency has to do. So I'm asking you maybe more specifically, is there anything that you think the agency could be doing that they're not doing?
No, I mean, just help me find somewhere to go. That would be nice. If somebody would help me.
How do you feel your relationship is with your worker?
It's all right. We get along.
Okay. Fair to say better than other workers in the past?
Well, in the past, well, yeah, I probably yelled a little bit more in the past, but I think we get along pretty good.
Okay. Okay. So if the court did not terminate your parental rights today, do you think you would have a ongoing good relationship?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. I know you've mentioned some of your disabilities. Are there other disabilities that you haven't mentioned to us? Okay, and do you feel that these disabilities are being accommodated? And something called the American with Disabilities Act, which means, are we trying to accommodate to help you with whatever your disability is so you can accomplish your goals?
yeah,
Is there anything that's not being done that you think could be done?
no. I'm the type that likes to do it myself. And I was trying to do it myself, trying to get in somewhere, trying to find a place. And then I'm just coming up empty. You know, I just kind of felt like my hands were tied. That's when I reached out to Brandi and said, I'm having trouble finding, you know, a substance abuse counselor. I need some help, you know?
Okay.
I asked her for help for that, you know?
You have had a psychological evaluation, you remember that, correct?
Yeah,
Do you think that, you've had a chance to read it, I know it's been some time ago, correct?
yeah,
Do you believe that you're doing what suggested that you do on the psychological evaluation?
yeah. All she told me was that I need to change my meds, they weren't working. So I did.
Are there future plans for you and Harold to remain together?
Yeah,
Okay. I think I've asked you before about Indian blood, correct?
yeah.
No new Native American, no
No.
other Indian tribes that you can think of, correct? Is there anything else that you want to, just on the show cause? You're saying that you haven't done what you're supposed to do specifically in the case service plan. Do you understand that's what's in the show cause?
Okay,
Do you understand that?
yeah, I heard that.
Do you agree that you think to the best of your ability, you've been trying to comply?
I have. I mean, we go to counseling, we try not to miss counseling. I mean, we even got a letter from the counselor stating that we were going and that we're very open to her and that we're cooperative. So, I mean, it's going good there. We did the parenting class. I've been going to my doctor for my mental state of mind. I mean, the only thing we got is the drug test.
You've probably heard of a functional alcoholic, correct? I'm just asking if you've heard of that.
Yeah,
I mean, somebody can be an alcoholic, but still manage to function
yes.
pretty well. How would you say you function when you're under the influence of any controlled substances? Like
normal. I normally function. I'm normal when I'm under it. I feel different when without it. I'll tell you that. I don't feel like myself.
And you're not using what, meth, you said?
Yeah, I just feel like lightheaded or like a dizzy kind of, but not really dizzy, but lightheaded. I feel funny.
But do you think?
I'm trying to get past that.
Okay, but in the past, do you think you've been able to maintain pretty much being a normal person, even using drugs or not?
Yeah.
Now, I may call you later as my witness, but is there anything that you wish to add in response to what was asked by the attorney for the agency?
No.
Okay, we'll see if anybody else has questions for you.
Ms. Underwood, did you have any questions?
Yes, thank you. Ms. Hollis, how do you think that let's just take the example of when the police were contacted in June of 2025. How do you believe that incident would have impacted Melanie if she were there?
If she was there, it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened like that if she was there.
So you wouldn't have had any arguments if your child had been home?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we probably would have had an argument, but not around her. She would have been in bed or gone or something. We would have had our outing, our little argument. But there's no physical going on, nothing physical going on.
Do you think that yelling in front of the child is traumatic or harmful?
If it happens in front of her, but it didn't before, it never happened in front of her. So I don't see why we would start doing that now.
Okay, but you understand that one of the reasons why your child is in foster care is due to the arguments and the domestic altercations that occurred while she was present.
But she was never present, that's the thing,
Okay.
when it happened.
So you're indicating if we were to contact CMH right now that there would be no open beds at any inpatient units for
They
mental
told me that
health?
they were full. When I called up there at Monroe, they said they were full.
When was the last time you called?
It's been 2 weeks since I've done anything, because I've been waiting for time
Okay.
to see what's going on.
But from June 3rd till today, August 25th, how many times have you attempted to enter yourself into inpatient substance use treatment?
I didn't even start until August. I think it was the beginning of August.
Okay. But you indicated on the record in June that you were going to be entering an inpatient treatment facility 2 days after that, correct?
Right, but I didn't go. And then when I was ready to go, they were full.
Okay.
Because I had stuff to take care of first.
And what were those things that you needed to take care of?
I had to make sure I had my meds and everything before I left.
So from June to August, that's how long it took for you to get those things in order?
Well, I had an appointment and I had to wait for my appointment, and then we had court going on, so that's why I waited until after court to go. And then I had my appointment for my meds, and then it was just back-to-back things going on. And I was trying to get through them things first, and then I was gonna go. And they said they were full.
How often would you say you and Mr. Hollis argue?
Not very often at all anymore. We had one argument, I mean, and since the last time we came to court, I mean, from the last time we went to court until now, we had one argument.
And the cops just happened to get called for that one argument?
I was on the phone with somebody and they heard us arguing and they didn't know what was going on, so they called the cops. And they didn't even know what was going on. So I dropped my phone.
If you were to be court ordered to take a drug test today, would you test positive for anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Would you be willing to take a drug test today?
Yeah.
When you would do meth, who would you do the drugs with? Was there anyone you would do the drugs with?
No, I didn't do it with anybody. I was a closet smoker.
Do you
I
believe
was
it's
hiding.
do you believe it's fair to your child to continue to wait for you to address your issues?
Well, no,
How long should the court wait for you to start engaging in your services before they consider termination?
I am engaging in my services. I've already am.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Any recross from either of our attorneys in the courtroom?
No.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you for your testimony. We return to your seat. This time, we're going to take a brief afternoon recess, and we'll come back together in about 15 minutes. All right, so just before we got back on the record, we discussed the possibility that we may lose Ms. Underwood shortly after 4, as well as the possibility that we don't get through everything today. So I've arranged with the attorneys to reconvene on Friday at 10 a.m. in the event we don't finish today. But we are back on the record. We're going to get as much done today as we can. So Ms. Thomas, your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll call Mr. Hollis at this time.
Okay, Mr. Harold Hollis, come out to your witness stand.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Hollis.
Hi.
Were you able to review the court report for today's hearing?
Say that again?
Did you review the court report that was provided?
Some of it.
Okay. As relates to what's contained in it, I just want to go through your case service plan real quick, okay? At this time, do you still not have any email, texting, or voicemail set up on your phone?
I had no phone again. It broke.
Okay, your phone broke again?
No.
When you do contact Ms. De La Garza, how do you do that?
We're just phone.
You do it through Erica's phone? Okay,
She never calls me though.
okay. And right now, your point of contact would be through Erica's phone if Ms. De La Garza needed to get a hold of you?
Yeah, just, she's with me all the time. I don't go nowhere.
Okay.
Stay side by side.
And do you participate in the bi-weekly family team meetings?
Yeah, but we don't have it anymore.
When's the last time you remember having a meeting?
When they come out to our house. I don't know.
Was that earlier this month?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And during any meetings that you've had with Ms. De La Garza, have you been able to ask her questions about what's expected from your case service plan?
No, I already know it's supposed to be. I've done everything they said to do.
Okay,
I've been to counselors and, I got a note from my counselor, it's on Erica's, thing right now. It says she was supposed to get one too. I don't know if she did or not.
okay.
How it was going.
All right, and so you started working with that therapist, is that Miss Anna that?
Yeah,
Okay, you started working with her at the end of May, correct?
yeah.
And how often are you
I
scheduling
went
appointments?
once a week.
Once a week? And how many have you attended total since the end of May?
Everyone she said me come to.
Okay. The report indicates that there was cancellations on June 11th, June 18th, and August 12th. Is
No.
that correct?
Not with Anna.
Okay.
Not with Anna. The only time I missed with Anna is when she didn't show up.
Okay,
Wherever you get your information, that's wrong.
okay, so that's contained in the court report, so that's not accurate according to you.
It's not. I got a paper from Anna right now. I've been there every time, every week. It's on her phone.
Okay,
She's supposed to send you one.
during this review period, so since June, have you taken any drug screens?
Because I don't have a drug problem. I'm not taking them because I don't have one.
But you did take drug screens in the past, and 3 of them were positive for methamphetamine and amphetamines.
I don't know. I wouldn't really take their word on it. I don't
Okay.
trust them people. I still don't trust them. I don't trust any of you. Tell you the truth.
Okay.
Harold,
And as relates to domestic violence, do you share Ms. Hollis's perspective that domestic violence isn't an issue in your home?
It ain't. Might have been a long time ago, but it ain't now.
And how are you working with the service providers? Like your therapist and Ms. De La Garza and anyone else that you're in contact with?
Whenever they call me, I talk to them. I go to counseling every week. I don't go see her at all unless she calls and says she's coming out there. She has never called my phone. And when I did work, she never called my phone. She ain't called about drug tests in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Would you be willing to take a drug test today?
Sure. I said, yeah.
Okay. At the last hearing, you indicated that your prescription medicine would give a false positive for meth.
Some of the stuff it says on the internet, the puffers I take and the nebulizer I take, the tube stuff is supposed to have it in it.
Okay. Did you provide that information to Ms. De La Garza?
No, because I just didn't because she, ain't gonna believe, you ain't gonna believe anything anyway. I know I didn't do it.
Is there anything from the court report that you do agree with?
Everything, but that's no matter.
Have you been in, throughout this case, the last year, 14 months or so, has there been anyone, a service provider or a caseworker that you have trusted?
The one I trust now is the one I'm going to now. I don't trust anybody in the courtroom.
Okay. Is there anything that the agency can do to assist you in your case service plan or any other services to address the concerns in the initial petition?
No.
What exactly do you know what you receive Social Security income for?
From my heart.
Okay. And do you have any documentation about like a possible memory or cognitive delay? No? Okay. At this time, do you believe that you would be prepared for the child to be returned to your home?
Yeah, I'm prepared. I've always been prepared.
How would you describe your home environment and your relationship with Ms. Hollis?
Well, it's always been pretty good. 2 times, but not very good. Sometimes I give them leave. I've been very many times. Most of the time, it's all good.
And was that the case when your child was removed from your care last year?
Say it again.
Was that how things were, what you just described as pretty good? Was that how things were last year when your child was in your care?
It was great when she was there. Melanie and me and Erica it was really good.
Okay. You were present for the testimony of Ms. Hollis, correct?
Yeah.
And when I asked about the relationship with relatives, do you share the same sentiments as she did?
I don't want it. They're no relation to me no more.
Okay.
But you already know that because I told that the last time I was in court, that they was all dead to me. They are.
And that has not changed?
That is not changed. That never changed. And my counselor said that was okay for me to say that too, because I need to get it out. So
Excuse me.
just telling you, I'm letting you know. I have no relation. Only people I got is that her and that baby Melanie, and that's it. That's my family. The rest of them, they're dead.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like the court to know today?
So, but well, yeah, if I get her back, I'm selling my home and we're leaving Michigan. Michigan will be the last place we stay. I'm moving away. I don't want to be in Michigan no more. Get my daughter back and take her. We're gonna take her and we're gonna go live a real life where my family can't say nothing.
Mr. Hollis, in your perspective, why was your child removed from your care?
Then my sister is an asshole, that's why. She wanted her from the get-go. Said Melanie, Erica, she didn't want Erica to have her. Exactly why.
Thank you. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, any questions, Mr. McFarland?
Nope.
Mr. Brooks?
Mr. Hollis, it would be fair to say you and your sister have never gotten along that well, right?
Not in a long time.
Even before this happened.
Yeah,
Now, I want to get to, there is a petition for termination of parental rights sitting in front of me, okay? And some of the paragraphs in here are involving you and why they say your parental rights should be terminated. Do you understand?
yeah.
I'm gonna go over some of the ones I think are the most difficult, most challenging for you to respond to. Paragraph 33A on page 7 says that you have failed to show up for random drug screens on the following dates. And the most recent one would be January the 8th. No, excuse me. Most recent one would be July 7th, 2025. And it goes all the way back through 2025. Did you know you were supposed to be doing all these drug screens?
They said they would call when they wanted to come in. She hardly ever called. She didn't say to come, they didn't say come in that day. They said she would call when they want, and like I said, I hadn't heard, Erica hadn't heard from her all of this month.
Well, you are aware, though, that they wanted regular
No,
drug screens?
no, she said they would call when they wanted one. They didn't say to come in every week. If they would told me to come in every week, I probably would have went in every week, but they never said that. They didn't tell me that.
Yeah, but you've also told Judge your phone's broken.
And my phone is broken, but they know to give me hold of me on Erica's phone. I'm with Erica, and she's with me. We very seldom go anywhere without going with each other anymore.
And you're saying no one has contacted you
That's right, nobody has contacted me, and that's the truth.
and nobody has contacted your wife.
Not that I know of. We either went.
It says just above that you took drug tests in March of 25, April 25, and May of 25. All of them tell you tested positive for meth.
That don't mean it was me. It could have been them. They could have done something to my test. I don't trust, I'm telling you, I don't trust, including you, Mike, I don't trust you either. Really, I don't trust you either. I'm serious. I don't trust any one of you in this room.
Why do you think those tests would have tested positive for meth?
They could have put this stuff in it. They could have done anything.
Well, I guess what I'm really asking is, have you ever taken meth?
A long time ago.
Define a long time.
Actually, it wasn't even meth, it was cocaine, if you want to know. It happened a long time ago.
Well, define the time frame you're talking.
Years,
Years.
way
ago.
before Melanie was even thought about. Just like you brought up, they got the drunk driving I got, and that was 3 years before Melanie was even thought about. When they got something in there about me having a drunk driving. What's that got to do with Melanie and me? Nothing. I'm 3 years before Melanie was even born. What happened to that thing? I went to that thing to see how me and her bonded. I didn't see any of that brought up in here, how the lady over there told me how good I bonded with my daughter. She says, I never seen a dad and daughter bond as good as you two do. I didn't hear that come up in court.
How long since you've seen your daughter?
9 months or something, like 7 months or something, because reason I don't get to see her, and because of drugs, it's because I told that lady out there, she's not gonna call my nephew and his wife, mom and dad when I'm around. That's
Yeah, I
exactly
remember
what
that.
happened.
And I've addressed that with the court more than once, haven't I?
Yeah, it don't do no good. Still
Now-
the same thing.
Now, this domestic violence charges,
There ain't no charge.
well, you must remember that it was your wife who had called the police about these issues, right?
I don't know if it was or not. Yeah, I guess it was. I'd say, yeah, she probably did.
So you were charged with domestic. Were you hitting her,
No,
arguing?
I argue a lot. I mean, most of the time it was about Melanie.
I didn't hear.
Most of the time it was about Melanie.
Thank you.
It's always been about Melanie.
Something in particular?
No, it's everything.
What about you say you have visited with some counselor on a regular basis, right?
Yeah,
What's the person's name?
Anna.
You
All I
know,
know her last name. All I know her by Anna.
where do you go to these?
Over here at by the old hospital, in that McFadden building.
All right, one of the medical
Yeah.
buildings surrounding the
Yeah.
old hospital.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's a big
And
brick
how
building
often do
there.
you go there?
Once a week.
What day?
Usually on Tuesdays. Be tomorrow, 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock or something.
All right. What do you guys talk about?
Talk about me mostly. What I want to do. I want to do what I do to get my daughter back.
Do you, in your opinion, follow this counselor's advice?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I listen to her. My goal is to get Melanie back and, keep going to counseling. I go to counseling every week,
How long has that been going on?
ever since it started. Ever since all this started.
Well, let me ask you, do you trust this particular
Yeah, I do.
counselor?
Yeah, I do. I don't know why, but I do.
Have you been to any parenting classes?
Yep, I did every parenting class. The guy came right to my house and did it. Apple, whatever the name of the place was. I don't remember the name of the place. But he came every week right to our house.
Okay.
And every week.
Do you think this counseling has taught you anything?
Yeah, I've learned a lot of things. Not to get upset.
I'm sorry?
I said, I learned a lot of things not to get upset, and I'm not upset, so. The counselor didn't ask me, why are you not upset? I said, because it don't do me no good, because it just gets me farther deeper in trouble, so I don't even. He says, okay.
Are you receptive to learning the lessons the DHHS has tried to teach you through their programs?
I've learned, for parenting classes and stuff like that. Yeah, I've learned a lot of things on there. First of all, you don't put your kid in the middle of it, like they was putting Melanie in the middle of us. They was,
Who's they?
the CPS and all them, and them people out there. They put her in the middle of it, just like that Moore lady put her in the middle of it.
Well, when she's 3 years old, at the time I imagine she was 2, she really doesn't understand any of this, does she?
Oh, yeah, she does.
Oh,
I
does she?
guarantee she's smarter than what you think. She's smart.
What could this court and the DHHS do, if anything, to help you improve the situation so you could get your child back?
I'm ready for her to get back. My house is ready. Her room is ready. I don't need nobody's help. I don't want their help for sure. I just don't want them people's help at all. I'll keep going to council and all that, but I don't want nothing to do with the people there. People there are done. Like I said, this person I really trust, and she ain't here right now.
Are you taking any medications at the present time, sir?
Good for my heart
And what
and
would
my
that,
lungs.
huh?
I take a heart pill, I take water pill, I take pills for my lungs. I take 9 pills a day.
Yeah, me too. Same reason. I see, looking at all the things where it says you've fallen short on this petition, it says partial compliance with most of them, okay? That's what they say.
Done all but one. I've done everything but one. I've done everything and did everything right except for one, and that's the drug test. Everything
Yeah,
else I've
that's a
done.
biggie too. You see, you understand that? My point.
But the drugs don't have nothing to do with why they took her.
Now,
If there
it
was.
says you've done partial compliance on all of these things. All these things.
You
more
mean
than-
partial, Mike? What do you mean partial? I go to that meeting every week. I go see her every week.
All right,
I did the thing to go, for the people come out to my house. They come out once a week. We did the family team, we did the family count, whatever that, talked about how better a parent you could be and all that. And I did that every week until the guy said, well, you guys don't need me no more. I'm gonna sign you out and say you're a good day. That's the last time I've seen him. So you're saying he's only partial too? We only did
Well-
partial him?
you asked me a question. Now let me answer it for you, okay? Paragraph 26 on page 5 says you haven't kept in good contact with DHHS, and you've just told the court that you don't have a phone.
I don't, but they know Erica's phone they can get hold of me on Erica's phone.
That's what they mean by partial compliance. Do you disagree with that?
Why do I have to have a phone for it? Why do I need a phone? I carried one for 35 years when I was a plumber, and I don't want to carry one anymore, and I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna take a phone. I'm not gonna have a phone.
Well, sir, I'm not gonna argue with you, but it's because the court says you had to have that as a condition of going through your process here.
Well, I don't have one anymore. Again, it just quit working, and I'm not buying another phone.
All right? Says you will not violate any civil or criminal laws. It says
And I have,
non-compliance.
and I have it.
Well,
Tell me what I violated. What did I break?
domestic violence.
That was way back. We had not had a long time.
You would sign all necessary documents
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the department asks you to do.
I have signed everything they've ever asked me to sign.
So as far as you know, there's nothing that they've asked you to sign you haven't signed.
Nope. I was there the other day when they dropped the papers off for the courts that, she brought out to my house, and Eric and me both signed them at the same place, same time.
Says you will agree to be emotionally and mentally stable and to participate in all services to get to that point.
I've done everything they said.
But you're not taking any medications to stabilize your emotions.
Why would I want to take medicine I don't have to take? Nobody's ever told me I had to take medicine for anything.
Okay,
I take medicine for my heart and that's it. I wouldn't take that if I didn't have to.
okay. It says here you are partially successful at it. And I think that kind of goes through most of it that matters. The only reason you can't go attend parenting time is because the court's ordered you not to, right?
Court didn't tell me not to do. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you that, yeah.
You'd be out there this afternoon,
I'd be
right?
visiting there today. You're right, I would be.
Is there anything else you want the court to know?
Oh. I think.
You think you're a good dad?
I think I will. Let me tell you something. I can get about 3 people that own businesses that I took her with me up there. Mark Duchesne's all the sales. I forgot to get by there today to get my paper for the court, but he still ain't figured out why all this, because I had her up there with me. She played around in the shop when I was up there, all that, and you know, when I wasn't a good dad, yeah, right.
You think your wife is a good mother to her daughter?
Yeah.
Do you see any place where you or she could improve?
I'm getting better. All I can say. Not saying no more. I'm getting better, you know, if you.
And how are you getting better?
Well, I'm not tearing your head off right now, am I?
No, you're not.
Okay, there you go. Don't you think that's a lot better? I'm not getting loud, am I?
No, you're not.
Okay, there you go. That's a lot better.
I really want to give you a chance. If you've got anything on your mind you want to tell the judge, I'm trying to give you the chance to tell her.
There's nothing else on my mind other than I want my daughter back.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. McFarland, any questions?
There's not.
Ms. Underwood,
No, Your Honor, thank you.
can you redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you for your testimony. May you return to your seat. Any other witnesses today, Ms. Thomas?
Your Honor, I'll just call Ms. De La Garza for her report.
Ms. De La Garza, come on.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, Ms. De La Garza, are there, as it relates to your court report, are there any updates or modifications that need to be made to it?
No.
Okay, since June 2nd, can you just briefly highlight how the parents have complied with or benefited from their case service plan?
The counseling, I would say, is sporadic. Mr. Hollis is going to Mindful Hearts with Anna, but she stated to me that he has missed 3 appointments and has attended 5 or 6 total. And as far as Miss Hollis, she's only attended the intake appointment last week. As far as domestic violence and mental health, shortly after the court hearing that we had, the police were called out to their home because they were arguing. She locked him out of the house. He turned off the power, broke a window trying to get back in. And the police reports also stated that she had a small cut on her nose, probably from the window. So I do think it's very concerning that they are continuing to minimize, if not deny, domestic violence. As far as drug screens, since the last court hearing that we had, the most recent time that I asked them to drug screen would have been on July 21st. I did ask them to come to the office at one point, and they had stated that they did not have a ride. And because of the issues with Mr. Hollis's phone, I've just been sending text messages to Miss Hollis to say today's drug screen day. And housing, I did put in my court report, but they do have carpet and a bed frame in the child's room. There's no mattress yet. But also she has breathing issues and they smoke in the home, and it's very, a very strong odor of cigarette smoke in there, which would not be beneficial to her, especially with her problems with breathing.
Throughout the case, the issue hasn't necessarily been about the parents violating any civil or criminal laws, but rather not keeping you informed of contacts with law enforcement, correct?
Yes, Ms. Hollis did tell me, I believe the day after the incident had happened. But her text message just said, just so you know, police were out at our home, but it was just all verbal, I think is what her wording was.
And you have attached to your court report several police reports throughout the case, the duration of this case. Can you explain why you did that?
Yes, I was able to get those. I did find out through the law enforcement interaction that they had in June. I just asked for any police reports that had to do with either the home or either of the parents, and those were the reports that they sent me.
So prior to June, when you were in contact about the June 4th incident, you were not aware of several of those contacts, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Let's see. As it relates to the parents complying with mental health treatment, Mr. Hollis, he has never been under psychiatric care, correct?
Correct.
And has he done any intakes for a psychiatric assessment or further psychological testing as indicated in his psychological?
No.
And there was a lot of testimony at the last hearing about a change in providers and his attendance in therapy. Was there anything in this reporting period that changed from those prior reporting periods, or has that also been consistent with the new therapist, Anna?
That's been pretty consistent. She did state that his main goals are getting the child back and working on anger management.
Ms. Hollis indicated that she was present for her July 28th medication review. The report indicates she was not. Could you have any explanation as to the conflicting information?
When I spoke with CMH, they had stated to me that she did not participate on 7/28. They stated that she had another appointment August 13th, and that one she did attend.
Okay. As relates to assisting Ms. Hollis with finding substance abuse treatment, can you just give us any updates into what efforts the agency made to assist her?
Yes, she did state that she wanted to go to one specific inpatient rehab. I think Harbor Light is the name, in Monroe, and so she was trying to get in there. I did try to call myself, but they stated that she would have to be the one to call since it is voluntary to go in there. And then I did ask her when I served them the paperwork on August 7th, if she had any updates about rehab, and she told me that beds were full and that she was waiting for her CMH case manager to contact her back. And I told her to let me know if she needed any help with that, and then I didn't hear back about that specifically until August 18th. But it was basically just to say that she had told her case manager that she was looking for counseling at this point.
One of the things that Ms. House also said is that she was not aware of her daughter's medical history or appointments or anything like that. How often are you providing the parents with her medical passport?
We provide them at least quarterly.
And is that per policy?
Yes.
And can you just briefly, for the record, indicate what the medical passport is?
The medical passport just has all of the dates that they have had any kind of medical appointments, whether it be just their well child, dental exam, or any kind of specialist that they've seen. And in there also states where they went for the doctor's appointment, what date it was, and what was the outcome of that appointment.
And for the record, can you briefly remind us what the requirements were for the agency to recommend parenting time for the parents again?
Yes, it was to produce 3 negative drug screens and participate consistently and benefit from services and to get good report from service providers.
And would you say that in the last, almost 3 months that he has been more consistent with his individual therapist than the other review periods?
I would say it's about the same. Like I said, he has missed 3 appointments and started at the end of May. But I guess it was a little bit better than what he had been doing before.
And I know you briefly mentioned that the last time you offered a drug screen was July 21st, is that correct?
Yes.
And prior to that, how were you offering drug screens?
I would send Ms. Hollis a text stating that it was her drug screen day.
Okay, and was that just for her or was that for both Mr. and Ms. Hollis?
That was for both of them.
In several documents that we've had throughout the case, there have been mentions of power control dynamics within the couple and that needed to be addressed. And during this review period, has that been addressed at all?
No.
These parents do have, I would determine, or I guess categorize it as a fairly positive report from Orchard's Family Services, I believe is the Family Assistance Program. Can you tell us why the court shouldn't consider that in part of that parenting time determination?
I did ask for the service even to be extended. I asked a couple times what kind of things that they were working on. Usually with that program, parents have 3 goals. And these parents only had 2 goals. One of them was working on positive parenting techniques, and the other was to learn new steps to manage their stress that they had. They did successfully complete it, according to Orchard's, on June 13th. Part of that was because mom had stated to them that she was going into rehab, so he wouldn't be able to work with her any longer, which is why he was not able to extend that service.
The child is currently, to the best of your knowledge, has the child asked for or spoken of her parents since parenting time has been suspended?
I believe in the very beginning, in January, that she had asked a couple times about them, if she was upset or things like that. But she has not asked about them or talked about them in months.
And in the current foster care home, does Melanie have her own bed to sleep in?
Yes.
And does it have child appropriate toys, materials for her to work on her development?
Yes.
And are they taking her to childcare or a learning facility on a regular basis?
Yes, they are.
And are they regularly making sure she attends any medical appointments?
Yes.
In this relative placement, does the child have an opportunity to have relationships with extended biological family members?
Yes, she does.
And do you believe that the placement's also considering ethnic and cultural considerations when they're engaging with the child?
Yes.
Melanie has been in care since June of 2024, correct?
Yes.
And she hasn't necessarily verbalized any preference to you about where she lives.
No.
Does she seem well adjusted in her current home environment?
Yes, she does.
And does she get to participate in typical childhood activities?
Yes.
Can you give us some examples?
Yeah. So the family goes to places like the zoo. They've gone on vacation with the child, and she has gone to like swimming pools. They're teaching her how to swim, and just any kind of holidays or relative get-togethers that they have.
And is she still currently receiving speech and language services through her preschool?
Yes.
And is she continuing to make progress in those areas?
Yes, her speech has flourished. She's doing very well.
And are there any other areas of need that she continues to receive services for?
No, just she does have like a specialist appointment. She went to the cardiologist because I was able to get her birth records, and in the birth records it says that she has a or had a heart abnormality, and so the relative caregivers followed up on that and took her to the cardiologist. And they said that she still has abnormality with her heart, but she just has to go every 3 years to get checked.
And then there's in the report, the indication of the smoking in the home is a concern given her issues with her lungs, I believe. Can you just briefly elaborate what's going on there?
Yes, sometimes when she gets like a normal cold, she'll have to do breathing treatments because sometimes it will get difficult for her to breathe. The relative caregivers did make her an appointment with the pulmonologist, but the earliest they could get it was a couple months from now. But she is going to see if there's something else that they should be doing or just continue the breathing treatments as needed.
Well, with that, Your Honor, I have no further questions of Ms. De La Garza. I would ask the court to accept the court report.
Objection?
No.
Objection.
My dad had the same thing like that. Nothing's that. She had the same thing like that. It's a family thing because it's not just because of Melanie. It's not just because of Melanie. My dad had it. He died from it.
Have you been made aware of the fact that there seems to be a family genetic trait that is being described by you as being something that Melanie suffers with?
Mr. Brooks, do you have any objection to the entry of the court report and the exhibits?
No.
Okay, you may proceed with your question.
Did you follow my question?
Yes, I was not made aware of that by the parents. That would be good information to have.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah, has nothing to do really with what we're doing here, but there you go. All right. This medical, what did you call it?
Passport.
Passport.
Mhm.
How is that communicated to my clients, my client?
It's sent to them in email quarterly.
Not by you personally.
Yes, by me personally.
You email it to to Harold and to his wife?
I emailed it to Erica because Harold does not have email.
All right. So it is emailed to Erica and you have no way of getting it to Harold, is that correct?
I could mail it but what I understood is that she shows him if I send texts or emails.
He did what?
My understanding was that she shows him if I text her about something or email her about something that they were sharing it, since he does not have email.
I see. I see. Are you recommending termination of parental rights?
Yes, I am.
Why?
Because we've already been going on with this case for over a year and the parents are still not making enough progress to continue. And I believe that the child needs permanency, especially at her age. And I don't believe that either parent is able to do that in a short amount of time.
That's all I have.
Mr. McFarland, any questions?
I do. As far as child-parent bonding, you would agree that when my client was having visits with a child appeared to have a bond with mother, right?
Somewhat of a bond, yes.
There's been no test or anything to demonstrate that there's still, or that the bond does not exist, correct?
No,
So you can't say with any certainty that there is no bond between mother and child, correct?
no,
No, you can't say.
no, I can't say.
Okay, thanks. You indicated, Mr. Brooks asked a question about his client. Did you comply with any cultural or social norms? It's one of the questions here, or one of the best interest factors. What ethnic considerations or cultural considerations did you comply with?
So the child attends holidays that the parents would have done with her also, and she's able to continue doing those through the relative caregiver.
What holidays are we talking about?
Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, I know they've done, and things like 4th of July.
Okay. So there's no ethnic or nationality, cultural issues, correct?
Correct.
You seem to make a big deal about both parents smoking in the house. I agree, there's no immediate goal for reunification of the child with the parents, and their visitation rights have been suspended for a while, correct?
Correct.
You have no way of knowing that they're going to continue to smoke in the house if the child were returned, do you?
I have no way of knowing that though, but it would still smell like smoke.
How long does it take to air out a house?
I don't know the answer to
You're
that.
not an expert on that, are you? If this court were not to terminate parental rights today, where should my client's focus be? For example, maybe specifically what steps would you want her to take immediately if her rights were not terminated today?
To get into some kind of inpatient rehab. And if all the beds are full everywhere, to at least do outpatient and participate in drug screens also.
Is there really a purpose for past drug screens if she admits that she's still been addicted and using? What's the purpose really if she's making admissions of still having an addiction?
I mean, we didn't get admissions of her addiction until later in this case, right before the last court hearing that we had. So before that, she should have been screening, and that's one of her court-ordered things is to screen.
True, but on your show cause, the purpose of drug screening is to identify if she's been using, correct?
Yes,
She's telling you she's using during this last reporting period. What's the purpose of it then?
just to make sure that we have proof of what she tests positive for or negative for.
Okay. I know in this petition, you mentioned past suicide attempts by my client. There's been nothing like that in this last period, correct?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Nothing like that for some time, correct?
Since December and before that, August of last year.
Last year, correct? I know you mentioned that you inspected the house in this report, correct?
Just where they allow me to inspect.
Well, the child's room, correct?
Yes,
And I think you indicated that in your report that they were making some improvements to the house, correct?
yes,
And you made a concern that there's only the subfloor in the room, correct? Child's room?
that was not the most recent home visit that I did.
Okay. The most recent home visit, things are appropriate in the child's room, is that correct?
They have carpet and a bed frame, but no mattress.
Okay. Well, they don't need a mattress yet because the child's, there's no immediate expectation of the child returning home, correct?
Correct.
So you're not holding that against them?
No,
Parents should not violate any civil or criminal law. You indicated not compliant, but by that definition, my client has not violated any civil law during this last report period, correct? Let me rephrase that. Civil law be writing for a ticket. She's given a ticket or a citation for violating a civil law.
not that I'm aware of, no,
Okay. Criminal law. Was she arrested?
no,
Was she convicted of anything?
no,
So there's no evidence of her either violating a civil or criminal law. There's been no adjudication civilly or criminally. You would agree with that, correct?
correct.
Now, this incident that you mentioned in your report, no arrest, correct?
No, because they could not find the parents.
I don't care for what reason, but there was no arrest, right?
Correct.
There are some positive things. Basically, you would agree that they have sufficient income to support a child, correct, and themselves.
Yes,
Also agree that they have housing, correct? They're not living on the streets.
correct.
When this case started, there was an incident where my client was found in a ditch, correct?
Yes,
Okay, there's been no wild emotional issues like this during this last reporting period with my client, correct?
not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Well, sounds as though you searched the databases and questioned people to try to determine if there's anything, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Maybe a positive step that my client is indeed at least had initial consultation with the counselor, correct?
yes,
One moment. By consulting my client, I have no further questions. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Underwood, did you have any questions for this witness?
None, Your Honor. Thank you.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you for your testimony. May I return to your seat? All right, it's 4:15. Ms. Thomas, are you finished with witness testimony today?
I am, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks, did you have any further witness testimony?
No,
Mr. McFarland?
Inquire of my client. My client indicates she's satisfied with her prior testimony, Your Honor.
Ms. Underwood, did you intend to call any witnesses today?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Very well. I'd like to have the parties prepare their closing arguments, and I'll issue my findings in our continuation hearing, which has already been established for this Friday at 10 a.m. All other prior orders not in conflict would remain in full force and effect for those purposes. Unless there's any questions, that's all for today. We'll see you Friday.
Thank you,
My
Judge.
client's current time still